Morning with Farah.
Welcome back to ATV Morning with Farah. और हम खुश आमदीद कहेंगे very warm welcome to Dr. Maria Catalina Alliende. Dr. Maria is also a teaching professor here in Pakistan, as well as she suffered breast cancer. She is a survival. She conquered, she defeated this vicious ailment and illness. Welcome, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
This is month of October,
Yes,
and
yes,
it is very much related to the breast cancer awareness. So you being a survivor, what would you like to share?
First of all, that this disease is not deadly, that it is something that we can survive. But the only thing is we have to take, regular checkups. Like in my case, I used to do every 2 years a mammography since more or less when I was about on the 40s. And that was because it was difficult for me to detect on just simple, simple techniques of detection. So I thought a mammography was a better option.
Right.
Sometimes it would be an ultrasound, but it was a regular checkup.
What made you go through the regular checkups and medical
Well,
examination?
I had you can say a heavy breast, so it means it's lumpy and all that. So it's not necessarily malignant or anything, but it was not possible to just by touching to know there is something wrong or there's something right.
Right.
So when you have a, like we call it heavy breast, that's called heavy breast, then one should have these examinations on a regular basis,
right.
just in case they don't become malignant.
Yeah.
So that's why I was doing these tests.
Yeah.
And in 2008, then I went for that regular checkup, and it came out not right.
Not right.
So it was very early stages. It was stage 2. So that's really when you catch your breast cancer at that stage 2, stage 1, even stage 3, you have very good chances of survival.
Right.
I was treated in Noori Hospital, a government hospital, because my husband is a government servant. So there we have the you can say the cheaper treatment and all that. And it's besides a very good hospital. What can I say? Excellent hospital, very good oncologists, and very well organized. So I have the best experience from Noori. And so I went through the whole process. It was very scary at the beginning.
All by yourself, or there
No,
was
my
somebody
husband was
besides?
there. I did not allow my daughters to give me any company, not to miss any schools, nothing, because I thought they were not, they were in their O levels, they were like not really required for them to
Go
be
through
involved
that,
in
yeah.
the whole thing. I think only it was my husband, and then sometimes my mother, my sister-in-law will give me the company, especially on the chemos. But so it was a journey. Obviously, you lose your hair in between. I was very healthy before, so obviously doing all these treatments affected my health. But because I was healthy from before, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
And
But let's talk about the stigma attached to it. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's still the highest, the cancer that's affecting the female of
10%?
Pakistan, yeah, in percentage, and the survival rate is very low, unfortunately.
Yes.
So because a stigma is attached to it.
this is really sad, because first of all, there should be no stigma, because men can also get breast cancer, by the way.
Yeah.
So so that's one thing. And second thing is, it's nothing to do with your femininity. It's just because it's located in a female organ that is that's the only stigma that one can think about. Why it would be a stigma, but it's just a prejudice, and it's just the fact that people don't examine themselves properly. And if there's, for example, a family history of this disease, you definitely have to do it, because there's some of these breast cancers are genetically, you can say, there's a predisposition.
Yeah.
So-
Can you identify this reason
Yeah,
in your
there's
case as
two
well?
genes, I think BRCA1 and BRCA2, something like
Yeah.
ALP. So these are genes that if you have them, or your mother had them, then maybe all the family is having them.
Yeah.
So obviously you have to be very careful. Angelina Jolie, for example.
Yeah,
She
got her breast removed.
She did a double mastectomy because
Yeah.
her mother had these genes.
Yes.
And look at her now, beautiful, perfect.
Yes. But you never opted for the reconstruction surgery
No,
part.
I didn't. I wasn't sure about all the materials available here for that.
Yeah.
Number one, and second thing is that I embraced whatever was the mastectomy.
How much of courage
properly.
it takes to embrace this
It
kind
takes
of
courage,
feeling?
but if you have good support from your husband, from your family, that courage is not really there, because it's the support that really matters. Yes, if they don't, if they think it's more important you to be well than the way you look, then why not?
Yeah.
And for example, the hair grows back, so it's no problem to lose your hair, because the hair grows back.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they sell all these bras, that have. So I do use them, and then there's one very important, you can say, company, which is called, I think it's called Intimate Foundation Garments, which is there in F6. It's a Pakistani company, and they do have, you can say, prosthesis for the women that have had mastectomy.
Yeah.
So obviously there is available at a very, very cheap price, the breast cancer bra and all that. So women do have, even this company, International Foundation Garments, is doing it as their CSR. So I think it's possible not to go for the implant, because what I was worried about it was, I've heard that there were some leakages of the silicone.
Yeah.
That.
So not everybody has to go through it if they opt for it, and you can always live with this, right?
Yes, and wear these things whenever you think you should need them.
Yeah.
Like on a function or on a daily basis, you can wear them.
Yeah. But when you discovered that you have this and you have the tumor, you have the cancer, what was the fear? What was the first
I was really
reaction?
scared, because you don't really know what stage you are until they do the mastectomy.
Yeah.
And they did 2 mastectomies for me. They did one in which they just took the lump, and then the next one in which they took the whole breast. So I went through 2. And I did not mind that, because that was the doctor said. And obviously it's only after the second mastectomy, when they do the whole thing, is that then they really know the extent of the whole thing. And so then it was stage 2, which is a very manageable stage with the chemotherapies and the radiotherapies and the medicines that you take. You also take some tablets. So this breast cancer is very manageable, provided it's at those early stages,
Right.
before it is spread.
Can you find out, can you identify some of the reasons? Was it lifestyle, some genes, or?
To be honest with you, I think there is some maybe predisposition, but there is something in this country that makes it such a high percentage.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have done some sort of meta study
Yeah.
to find out what it is, but I think number one, it's these microplastics that we are taking in our food every day, plus an intake of fat which is very high and bad quality, and not really good, like, too much saturated fats.
Yes.
So that could be one reason, because it is definitely increased in when you put on weight.
Yes.
So slim women may have less of this disease. Then that's one thing. And then there must be something on our diet, I feel, that is making it more prevalent in Pakistan compared to other countries.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah. And when you found out that you have cancer, what was your reaction? Were you double-minded? Should you opt for the suggestions, follow the instructions or the guidelines the doctors they are telling you,
Yes,
or you should go for some
I did.
alternative?
I was double-minded, not too much double-minded, not really too much, because early stage 2 is a stage that is manageable. So obviously, if you have stage 2, even stage 3, it's manageable. Now for stage 3, obviously they have to do mastectomy, and you have to do all the treatments, all the chemotherapies and the radiotherapies, and now in Noori, for example, they have a much better machine. And you need to have a very good diet while you are having your treatments. And after that, you have to reduce weight. Awareness, so important, so that women go, for example, this pink ribbon, this month of October, Noori and maybe other hospitals also have the mammography at a lesser price.
Yes.
So women should go there. because it's very important to have a base mammography so that they can compare the one that you don't have anything with another one that you may have something.
Yes.
So I think every woman should, after 40 or 45, should have at least one mammography. And it's good if it's free.
Yeah.
But they tell me in Nuri that every year in which they have this number of women that go for their mammographies because they are cheaper, they usually 10% of them are cancerous. So this horrible statistics of 10% is
Yes.
actually true.
It's actually horrifying.
Horrifying.
But what I was asking is sometimes it is identified, it is diagnosed in women, and yet they take time in making this decision.
Well, this
that
is
should they
wrong.
go.
This is very wrong because since there are medicines, there are ways in the mastectomy, for example, has to be done, or the lumpectomy or whatever is the doctor's surgeon decides. We have to do it. There is no, actually this is a very typical Pakistani thing. Once you know that something is not right in you, you hide it, you try to think that it's going to get through. My sister-in-law had also the same problem.
Right.
She was doing some duas, she was going to some saint.
Yes.
And then she was living in Faisalabad. I went all the way to Faisalabad. I looked at her report and I said, you've got cancer, you have to do something. And she did her lumpectomy and she went through all the chemos. But they told her after the lumpectomy, you need to have a full mastectomy. And she did not want to have the full lumpectomy, the full mastectomy. And then she did not do it. Then she was told, obviously, you have to reduce the weight, which she didn't. So unfortunately, her cancer returned after 10 years. Okay. So it's not only about looking after yourself and doing all the treatments at the time, but she had stage 3, you know. So, but still, if she would have had the mastectomy, I think, and if she would have reduced the weight, she probably would have survived longer.
Yeah.
So this is the thing about once you have cancer, you have to follow the treatments. Then you have to change your lifestyle, change what you eat, change the things that you may think can lead to a reoccurrence of the disease.
Yeah.
We have to do all those lifestyle changes.
Yes.
So if you don't do them, then obviously it may come back.
Yes.
So I hope so it doesn't come back to me. So far, so good.
Pray. Yeah.
I must go and do my treatment, my checkup, I would say.
But Dr. Maria, do also please enlighten us about the mental toughness, the kind of strength
you
it
need to be
takes.
very strong mentally, which I am myself, you know. So when somebody is not mentally strong like I am, a lot of women are not like me, they need the family support. They need other people to reassure her. No, doesn't matter if you do your lumpectomy, doesn't matter if you do your mastectomy. The most important thing is that you do your chemotherapy, your radiotherapy, and release your workers. For example, if you're working, give them holidays on those days, reduce the amount of work. You know, look after that patient when she's undergoing the treatments. That's one very important thing.
Do you think that women in Pakistan get that kind of support system in their families or from people around them?
I am not sure actually, especially if they're hiding it.
Yeah.
If they're trying to keep it secret, they would not probably get all that support. But I think, you know, thanks to this Pink Ribbon organization, and you know the lightning of ribbon of the Parliament, lightning of ribbon of St. Taurus, and all these awareness campaigns that have been going for more than 15 years. I think more and more all these are less. I would say we have less of these prejudices.
Yes.
Women are more willing to come out and then
speak about it, or go for the diagnosis.
Go for the diagnosis and the treatment. Yeah. Treatment is pretty expensive, but there are these government hospitals that can do it much cheaper. And the most important thing is that people should think that we should invest it, do these treatments. You know, the mother of a friend of my daughter, she also had breast cancer, and her stage was 4, and she unfortunately died of it. But she followed the treatment, and she had 5 years of more life.
Yeah.
In the time she saw her daughter graduating, she was able to say goodbye
Yeah.
in a good way,
Yes.
you know?
And reconcile maybe
And reconcile with the
uh,
whole thing and the family and everybody. So even if you are stage 3 or stage 4, if treatment is possible, one should go for it. If not, just to extend your life so that you can go and everybody in the family, it's okay with it, and then you move on, obviously. But so for
Dr.
her,
Maria, maybe you're the best person to compare the mind disposition here in Pakistan, the women, the whatever the atmosphere, the family situation, support system, the kind of challenges they face in life, and they're in the West. So how you compare the both?
oh, in the West is very open. You have this problem and you go to the hospital, and the mammography is something. My first mammography was done when I was going to my first job. So they did a whole checkup that included mammography. And that was maybe,
part of your routine medical examination.
Yeah, it was part of the routine medical examination for when you were going to a job, and that was when I was 30.
Yes.
And they found that my breast was lumpy.
Yeah.
But there was no cancer, but it was lumpy. So then onwards, I'm aware about this situation of the lumpy.
How important is this thing that at least this should become a part of the routine examination?
Yes, especially if you have that type of heavy breast, they call it, or lumpy breast. So it is not really cancerous, but it may hide some cancer, and one should have some regular mammography, ultrasound maybe, not necessarily mammography, which is an X-ray, and some people, there's radiation, you know, but ultrasound. Then I took it seriously, and I always did this regular checkups. During pregnancy, I have 2 daughters. The hormones of the pregnancy reduces these lumps.
Yeah.
So they sort of disappeared.
Yeah.
But my doctor will check the breast during the pregnancy, and they were reduced. So those lumps are hormone, you can say, triggered.
It's multicystic breast, the condition is called.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anybody who has that should have a regular checkup, I would say so. Ultrasound maybe every 2 years, every 3 years.
What about the financial constraints attached to it? Because
those
these
checkups are not really so expensive. If you use, for example, the facility that Nudi will have during the month of October, and some other organizations too, then you can always have your checkup on October. And obviously, once you are diagnosed, then obviously that treatment is a bit expensive. But I would say it's worth the investment if you are going to have more life, extra life, like I have more than 15 years, you know.
Mashallah.
More than that since I had my, the treatment, 2009, so how much is that? It's a long time, you know.
Yeah.
So
but also tell us about the strength, because going through it is a turmoil of all sorts.
Yes, it's a turmoil of all sorts. I tell you, I did several things. Number one, I started doing some handicrafts to keep my mind focused on something. And so I started doing cross stitching and then crochet and things like that. I would do these handicrafts, and then I would have the goal of finishing knitting one project before the next chemo, you know, I had that thing.
Yeah.
So I will do that. Obviously, I was still working. I will go to my office. I got somebody to replace me, but I will go to my office maybe 2 weeks of the month. Between chemos, I will go 2 weeks, and then I will have my chemos on Thursday, so I could be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at home, and then on Wednesday, Thursday of the next week I will go, like that. So I was going to my office while doing the chemo. I was wearing a hijab because once the hair was off. And
you were not depressed, you were not down?
No, because then your whole objective is to get better.
Yeah.
Your focus at that time is that you want to get better, and that you don't want the other people around you. At least in my case, I didn't want empathy for my disease. I wanted support for my disease, but not how bad she's feeling. Luckily, maybe I was lucky. I did not feel so many problems, you know. But it's sometimes the positive attitude.
Yes.
it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
I had a very good diet. I discovered a way in which I could go through all these.
Can you please share what kind of a diet?
My diet was
helped
like
you?
this, you know. On the days of the chemo, I would, day before, I would eat really less, a lot of fiber, and go into the chemo totally empty-handed, empty stomach, because they give you drugs that stop your vomiting.
Yeah.
So the whole of your system is stopped. So going to the washroom is also a problem. So it's better just to be like with nothing on your system while you're doing your chemo. And then after the chemo, I would eat a vegetable soup with vegetables and a little bit of meat. And I would eat, you know, somebody told me that there are 5 fruits that are Islamic, as well as, you know, from the holy scriptures.
Yes.
So I will make it a point to eat all those fruits. And those fruits are grapes, dates, figs, I think anar and zaitung, I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So those 5 fruits are very healthy fruits. They're the best fruits. They're named in the Quran, they're named in the Bible, they're named in all these holy books.
Yes.
So I will make it a point to eat each day.
At least one of them?
Not all of them.
All of them? Right.
Yeah. 3 grapes or 3 raisins and 1 fig and, you know, like that. I will eat all of them every day. 1 date, you know.
And you were not doing this before you were diagnosed with
No,
cancer?
no.
You started doing it when you were diagnosed and you were going through the
treatment. I would do that. Even now, these days, I take, for example, a juice in the morning of anar, when there is anar and, you know, different vegetables, different fruits. So I still take that a juice in the morning, which is like very healthy. And then I don't take any other snacks. I reduce the salt, you know, I reduce weight. And I really reduced the weight.
And did you put in some special efforts to reduce the weight?
Yes, I did. After the treatment was done, you take for about 5 years, you take a tablet. So that tablet sort of keeps your weight on. It's difficult to reduce the weight while you are in that tablet. But I did try to reduce that. But after that tablet, didn't know how to take it anymore. I was able to reduce more the weight. But I did diet. I did these diets to reduce 10 kgs. I'm still not very thin, but I reduced 10 kgs, you know. That was like quite a bit and important.
Yes.
So it's very important for everybody who undergoes all these treatments is to afterwards to reduce your weight, try and have a normal weight, so that because the cancer cells somehow spread when you are overweight.
Okay, what was the reaction of the people around you, your work colleagues, maybe the Pakistani women around you who came to know that, oh, you have suffered with this breast cancer?
Well, because I have always been never shy about talking about this, so I have gone to different forums and they ask me to sometimes talk to other people. So I do that. I don't mind giving
guidelines, sharing your
be like
experience.
a spokesperson and sharing my experience, because I do think that women, when they and if sometimes people will call me and I will give advice on the phone to some other breast cancer person. Only problem is that I couldn't speak the Urdu.
Yeah.
So I had to, I told them I don't mind doing this, but it has to be English speaking person or that can understand the English. But yeah, I think it's very important that women that have survived to talk and empathize and guide other women who are going through this.
This guideline of having these 5 holy fruits in your diet every day, I think is quite a guideline. Was there anything else special you were doing?
Well,
something?
Lots of fruits and vegetables. I, for example, eliminated all the plastic of my. I used to have melamine, you know, no more. I only have glass now, right? Okay. All my tableware is of glass. Everything is glass, because plastic could be something that can be encouraging these things, the cancer.
Right.
And you know, you keep reading on different things that people are finding out now, that maybe, for example, microplastics is a relatively new thing, but I already eliminated plastic as much as I could from my diet. Now I even boil the water, because the boiled water settles down some of the microplastics. Also, of course, if you buy this water that has been prepared,
Process, yes.
that one is also without microplastics.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful about plastics. And, you know, I remember in those conferences, they would blame the chicken, they blame. We don't really know exactly what is causing this increase in maybe too much milk. We drink too much milk. Maybe that is not good. I don't know really.
Yeah, there is something, but we have not identified it yet.
Because, you know, sometimes they put hormones to these cows then to increase milk production. We don't really know exactly how much of hormones our milk is having.
Yeah.
So we have to be worried about that. And so many products that we are eating that have all these additives, you know.
Yeah.
So I always say, you know, my mother also had cancer 3 times.
The same breast cancer?
No.
Right.
She had thyroid, and then she had lymphoma, and then she had colon.
Okay.
She survived all the time. She had the treatments for the thyroid. You know, they just did the so that was easy. Then the lymphoma, she had the chemo and everything. And for the colon cancer, it was discovered well in time, and they just did the operation.
Yeah.
And
colonoscopy, yeah.
and she was all right.
Yeah.
So you know, and she lived till 94. So, but she was one thing about us is that we are not, and this is something that goes not only for this disease and from any other diseases, that we have to be aware about our own body. When something is not right, what are those symptoms that make you think, okay, there is something not right now, it is different from what it was a few months back,
Yeah.
what it is. So that my mother had. She felt tired. Then she went to her cardiologist, and her cardiologist checked her and found that she had less hemoglobin. Now, all the examinations for why she was having less hemoglobin led to the
diagnosis,
colon cancer,
Yeah.
right? And the operation. So they did
So
the
don't
operation.
ignore even the little changes in your body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should be aware about our own body. What is not right that we, you know, if you get tired when you go up the stairs and you used not to get tired when you go out the stairs, maybe you have a heart problem, check it out. For example, I used to have a little pain here on the back, and I was like, discomfort. And I checked my blood pressure, and I just thought it was, doctor would tell me it's normal, but I have this discomfort. You cannot deny that,
Yeah.
right? So I started taking blood pressure medicine, and that is not there anymore.
Right.
So I know that for me, every time I have
So
a
you have
back
to be
pain
your
over
doctor.
here,
Yeah.
that is high blood pressure. And I would make sure I drink more water. I ate something salty maybe. I went to some place and they gave me a lot of salt. People here put too much salt to food.
Yeah.
So I eat very less salt.
Yes. Okay.
So for the blood pressure, and in general, I don't think salt is very good. So then you know, okay, that is blood pressure.
Right.
So every woman, every human being, but I think women tend to overlook their own issues.
Yes.
And that is, my mother was very alert about her own, whenever there was something different.
I think that is one reason of the high prevalence rate as well as the high mortality rate due to breast cancer in Pakistan, that women tends to neglect themselves for quite a longer time
They
of time.
don't have self-examination.
Yes. They
and
don't
if they find
go,
something in
yeah.
self-examination, they should immediately go to the doctor.
Yes.
Have that mammography done.
Yes.
I read a book by Anne-Marie Schimmel, which is called Letter to Pakistan. And she says that the biggest problem of Pakistan is we don't follow the golden rule, which is not to do to others what you would not do to yourself.
Wow.
So that's the golden rule, which is part of the commandments of the church, of the Catholics.
and by the Holy Prophet Muhammad
but
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam
it is in the Holy Quran.
Yes.
And we should not do anything to others that we will not want it to do to ourselves.
We will not like for ourselves. Yeah.
So if we want for ourselves, we want for others best health, we want for ourselves best health also.
Yes.
So when we follow the golden rule and we don't do harm to others, we also don't do harm to us.
Yeah.
So when I think, when I ever discuss this thing about the golden rule, and Anne-Marie Schimmel's, this lady, Anne-Marie I think it was, she wrote this wonderful book of Letter to Pakistan, and her diagnosis about this, because unfortunately we are, in all walks of life, health, everything, we are not following it.
Yes.
And we are doing to others, but we don't want that to come to us.
Yeah.
So for health, it should be like that.
Yeah, for everything it should be like that.
Everything should be by that, and I put it into context of health.
Thank you very much for reminding us. Yeah.
We should want health for everybody, but we also want health for ourselves.
Yeah.
So anything that is not right, you feel it's not right. Give you another example. You see the shoes that I'm wearing?
Yes.
I'm wearing runners.
Yeah.
Why do I wear runners? Because I have a little bit of arthritis here, and I don't want to fall down.
Yes.
And I need the shoe that supports myself.
Yeah.
So I've seen so many old ladies that wearing chappals. They're wearing the wrong shoes. They can't walk down properly,
yes,
because they need good shoes that support their foot.
Yes.
But no, they're more the elegance. They look good and all that. Okay, when you're over a certain age, forget about all that. Have the comfortable shoe. Walk properly.
Yes.
Don't fall down.
Yep.
That's worse.
That's worse. Yep. It's more important than looking good.
Exactly, to look well. And it's so much so that I have now managed to get runners to go to weddings that are sparkly and shiny.
Wow.
I have golden runners, I have silver runners, and I always wear these shoes. Very rarely I do not wear these type of shoes that support your foot.
Yeah.
So that's to look after yourself.
Yes.
Because you want to walk well.
Yeah, to prioritize yourself, then
Yes.
to what others think of you, how would you like them to look at you.
You see, I don't dye my hair.
Yeah.
Though most of the ladies of my age are all dyeing my hair. Number one, who are we cheating when we dye our hair?
Yeah.
Number one thing. Number two thing, it's very healthy hair.
Yes.
I have not lost my hair because it's full of, I don't put any chemicals onto it.
Yeah.
So what is better, to have good healthy hair or to have bad hair and dyed?
Yeah, but
And black.
usually usually the women are doing it because the men wants to have a younger looking, better looking, good looking women.
But I agree with you, that's all right, until you're about 60, maybe 65, but later on, let's embrace what we are.
Yes.
And the same thing goes for our health, for everything. If I have white hair, I have white hair.
Yeah.
So, but my hair is healthy.
Yeah.
And it's thick and everything. And so I think I'd rather have good healthy hair
Yes.
than bad dyed hair. So
Thank
like
you.
that, I think we can go on and on and discuss
Yeah.
different aspects of life, like the shoes, the hair, even the dress,
Yes.
It should be always comfortable.
Yeah.
And I know how many people wear, like you, beautiful silky dresses and all that, but you will see me wearing always shalwar kameez with cotton. And I distinguish cotton from the other materials because I like to wear cotton. I like to wear lawn because
Yes.
that's comfortable.
Yeah, they're breathable,
Breathable
very
materials.
suitable in this environment.
Exactly. So love yourself. Love yourself as you love others.
Yeah.
I think the golden rule, it's a wonderful rule and sadly forgotten.
Yeah.
And definitely applies to the breast cancer, because if you love yourself, you do those breast examinations, you go to the doctor the moment you think something is not right, and you follow whatever these oncologists are very good doctors,
Yeah.
and they will tell you the right treatment, and we should.
And then you value yourself enough that you get the right treatment, and then you fight for your life, right?
Exactly.
Instead of giving up the hopes.
No, we should not give it. And even I'm telling you, this lady who had stage 4, they could have told her, don't do any treatment. And they did it in one hospital. And then she went to another one, and they said, okay, we'll treat you. But you know that this is problematic. And she did have her treatment. For 5 years she lived on. She saw her daughter graduating from the university. She saw some life stages that she was able to live just because she had that treatment.
Yes.
So I would say, even if the doctors think you are too old for the treatment, you think about it. And you know, when my mother was told that she had lymphoma, she was 70 something, and they were considering not to treat her. Then she said, no, I want treatment. And she lived good till 94. So what do you say?
Yeah, great. What else would you, I mean?
Don't, depends, you know, on the whole situation. But obviously, if you are especially if you are healthy, because what really happens with cancer is that you've got discovered, let's say, a lump over there. Otherwise, you're perfectly all right.
Yes.
Your body is okay.
Yes.
So you are treating a body that is okay. It just has this little problem on one part of the body.
Yes.
So we are even the operation, and they take it, and you say, I'm okay now. Now we have to still treat because there could be residues of the disease, but your body is okay. So if you are healthy when you are discovered this disease, you can definitely undergo the treatment.
Yes. And you can fight for your life.
And you can fight, and especially if there's support from the rest of the family.
Yes, that is very important. Thank you very much, Dr. Maria Catalina Alliende, for taking time out and sharing your experience with us. Being a cancer survivor, the tips you have shared with me, with the rest of the women, are very precious. And thank you very much for that.
Okay.
हम आपसे भी इजाज़त लेंगे. मुझे यकीन है कि ये जो इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर की है डॉक्टर मारिया ने, हम सब के लिए इन्फॉर्मेटिव भी होगी और इस पर हम अमल भी करेंगे. और इजाज़त दीजिए. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.